Hi, I'm Eleanor Oldroyd from BBC Radio 5 Live, and I wanted to show you this. It's an Australian baggy green cricket cap. It's not a real Australian baggy green cricket cap, I should say, because you have to be an Australian Test cricketer in order to get one of those, and clearly I have not played Test cricket for Australia. But the reason I wanted to talk about it was that it brings back some really great memories, some kind of recent memories, because this was given to me in Brisbane on the last England tour down under in 2017. And it was given to me by some lovely Australian fans that I shared a taxi with on the way to the ground, and they gave it to me as a gift, which was really, really lovely of them. But that 2017 tour of Australia actually marked 40 years since my very first Test match, which was an Ashes Test match. And I kind of think that the Ashes has played a really big part in my love story with cricket over the years. So in 1977, I got to go to my very first Test match at Lord's, as I said. My dad got tickets for the first 2 days, the Thursday and the Friday. And he took my brother on the Thursday, and they saw a full day's play. And on the Friday, it rained all day. So I think we saw about 11 overs in the entire day. But I can remember walking around Lord's, and particularly walking underneath the grandstand, the back of the grandstand at Lord's Cricket Ground, which was quite dark. And there were lots of people there getting away from the rain. But I just remember seeing these great towering figures, these Australian cricketers coming towards me. It was probably Max Walker, perhaps Jeff Thompson and Rick McCosker, but it could have been any other players. I'm not really sure, but I just have this great memory of these larger than life characters, really, and all wearing the baggy green cap. And England against Australia has been one of the things that I've enjoyed reporting on, but also going to watch as a fan as well over the years. And I think back to 2005, and when England won the Ashes back from Australia for the first time in goodness knows how long, and Kevin Peterson at the Oval. I was really lucky to go to that game. Kevin Peterson just destroyed the Australian bowling, took it away from them. The great Shane Warne, who had absolutely tormented England over the years, was just hit out of the attack. England went on to draw that Test match, but then to win the greatest Test series of all time in some people's views, beating the Australians and winning the Ashes back. And that was the greatest Test innings I think I had ever seen in person until last summer, the summer of 2019, when Ben Stokes did something even more extraordinary at Headingley to win that Test match under the most ridiculous circumstances. So many happy memories of England against Australia, great Australian players who I've mentioned, but the great English players that I grew up watching, so people like Ian Botham and David Gower, Derek Randall I was a huge fan of. Bob Woolmer was one of my favourite cricketers in the 1970s and 80s when I was first getting into the game, and Mike Brearley, I think possibly the best Test captain of all time, and Bob Willis. Remember Bob Willis at Headingley in 1981, just like a man possessed, charging in and bowling Australia out and giving England that ridiculous and highly unlikely Test match victory. So for me, it's all about cricket. It's the thing that I shared with my dad. We went to watch cricket together many times over the years, particularly at Lord's, which became a very special place for us. And he was a member for many years until he died in 2015. But I still go, and I still go with my brothers. And it's probably the place that I would choose to watch cricket if it was my last day on earth and they said, where do you want to go and what do you want to do? I'd say an Ashes Test match at Lord's. So that's my memory, inspired by this baggy green Australian cap, not a real one. And I hope you're well and stay well and take care.